Hey, before we get to the video, I just wanted to encourage you, hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Also, down below, you're gonna see a button that says thanks. If you go there, you can help support my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Now, on to the video.
Okay, I had to move some logs out of the way to get to this one. Manticore, my machine, it detected over 2 logs. I'm curious on this one though, because well, based on what I'm seeing on the screen, I'm kind of curious. Not sure if I'm seeing it right, but you know what? I'm afraid to even just blindly throw my shovel in here. Good Lord. Well, look what we found. Another one. Another one. Look at that. This is a piece of wood. It's going to have a bullet inside. It's just crazy. This soil, how it's preserving this stuff. Let's swing it over the detector. Yeah, yep, that's lead. That shows up, that's going to be lead. That's insane. I want to be super careful with this, but you can kind of tell the knot right here, where that would have been, or where it is. But I don't want to, mess it up. Crap. I probably should walk this back to my truck. I don't think it'd be safe. Man, you could feel that weight too. That's crazy. I'm so far from my truck. But I don't think it's wise. I don't want this thing just to crumble apart in my finds pouch. Okay, well, that's what we'll do. I'll walk back. It's worth it. This relic is worth it. So we'll just walk it back. Keep it safe.
All right, so here we go. This is another piece of wood that I found that I suspect has a bullet in it. It rings up as lead, and it's just got that weight, so I'm sure that's what it's going to be. The thing with this, this wood seems a lot more brittle, so I've got to be careful. Where it was found, I think this was it was in a really wet environment, so this piece was really spongy and it's just soaked for a long time, so I've let it dry out. And then now I suspect the bullet is right in here. Trying to look at which way to go after it. Maybe in there, because you're going to kind of see where the wood has grown over the bullet, which is usually looks like a knot in the tree. But this one, yeah, this one's going to be a little tricky, because you see how spongy this wood is. So I hope to keep it all together. Yeah, it's going to be hard just to figure out which direction to go after it. I suspect a lot of this is going to have to come off to expose it. But you know, is there a knot? Is there a section that looks like there's a knot in it? Kind of like searching with your pinpointer in a hole. You know, once you get that, once you feel it in the hole with your pinpointer, at least it gives you a direction to dig. Kind of thinking maybe, is it here on this end? I gotta clean this up. I usually don't make a mess on my countertop like this in my shop. This is not a workbench. It's more of a lunch counter type thing. Okay. All right, this is a bigger piece. This could reveal a lot. What I've seen in the past is the changing color when you get down to it. I've seen that it looks a little bit more bright. The wood looks a lot more bright around the bullet when you get down there by the lead. All right, this top part's got to go. Oh my gosh, dang it. The bullet's right in there. I could see it. I can see it. It's like come through here, and it's right there. Now I can glue this back. So I think I'm going to lift this up, expose the bullet. It's coming out. Okay, let's do that. I can do this. The bullet's wanting to fall out, but I'm going to keep it in there. We need to see what type it is. All right, what is this? Okay, that's a 3-ringer. That's a 3-ringer. Now let's put it back in its bed. So it goes in there like that. Can I take it back out and put it in there? Just like that. That'll work. That'll work just like that. We can seal it like that. I'm going to glue that in there. So we didn't really have a choice on this. I mean, it was, you didn't know where it was. We started at this end. We went in the middle. And with the wood being brittle like that, with this piece being on there, you didn't have a choice. And then, you know, when we turned this over, it wasn't stuck in the wood. It was stuck in the piece that we just broke off. But that's okay. We know what kind of bullet it is. We pulled it out. We saw it's a 3-ringer. And now I am going to so I think I'm going to glue it in there. And then I'm going to figure out what parts of this wood I want to clean up. And then we will seal it. Let's see how this will present. Does it look good like that? Does it look good like that? So that's our mission. We got to figure out which way we want this thing to present, what wood we want to take off. And I think we're going to be just fine. Well, I know that there's a technique other people have chosen to do with theirs where they literally sand it flat. They sand the wood totally flat. They look okay. I mean, it's just all personal preference. I wouldn't do it just because I feel like it takes away, you lose all the texture of the actual wood. I think it looks cool where it's, you can tell what this is. You can tell this was a tree. Yeah, that's just going to look great. I'm so excited. These are things that people don't find metal detecting. These are definitely not common. That's why you see them in museums, if you see them at all. That's where I've seen them. And then I've seen some online. Spoken to some other collectors that have them, that found them, and they've let me use pictures of theirs in my video, which I appreciate. Just a piece of history. So he said it's frozen in time. You can see it's like a action shot. I'll just clean up some of the wood so it kind of looks less chiseled. Okay, so I'm gonna try, I'm gonna try some good old-fashioned super glue. So I'm gonna take that out. I'll load that up. Right back in there. That should work. That should work. Just let that set up. Again, the clear lacquer, I'm going to put so much of it on that's actually what's going to seal this bullet into place. But putting a little super glue in there, let that dry, and that'll just make it that much stronger. So, all right, let's let it sit up, and then we'll go put some lacquer on it. All right, so we have got the super glue did well. It locked that bullet in there, and now we're going to use this lacquer, and we are going to coat this thing up. This particular piece of wood it's more brittle than other pieces of wood that I've found. I should say other pieces of wood that are relics for one reason or another, whether they got a bullet in them or what have you. But this piece is especially fragile. So this lacquer is just gonna work miracles on it. And I'm always going to take care of this. I mean, I'm not going to go outside and play catch with it. So even though it's brittle, it's going to have a bunch of lacquer on it. That's going to strengthen it up. But I mean, this thing's not going anywhere but on a shelf or in a display case. So it will be just fine. Beautiful. And then we'll just dump a ton of lacquer right there in the middle of it and let that dry and just lock that bullet in there. Looking good. Okay. I'll show you the finished product. This is probably going to be a couple days long. I'll come back when it's dry, throw another coat on, and just get several coats on there. But this is gonna look so good. So, all right, see you in a bit. All right, guys. So I finished preserving this. I put a lot of lacquer on it. Glued the bullet into place, and it stayed. And that lacquer that I added really locked that bullet in. But I don't want to mess up the focus or lighting here. But you can see that it just came out beautifully. The wood grain, it's just an awesome relic. I can't stress how rare these are. Wood usually doesn't last in the ground 160 years. It disintegrates, it composts right back into the soil. Here in the South, we have got the high humidity, a lot of moisture. Wood doesn't last 160 years in the ground. So to find a piece like this, it's because of this particular permission, something with the soil type is preserving these relics that I'm finding, whether it be a rivet with leather still attached to it. I've found several pieces of wood like this with a bullet lodged in it. It is not common. Go ahead and look for yourself. Check online and do a little research. Look around, check eBay. You may see things out there like this, but they are very rare. It's not a common find, and I have found several of them right in this area. The size of this, man, that is just such a cool piece of this. Is the size is just very easy to display. Can't say enough about it. I am blessed to have found it. Thanks for watching the video and coming along with me, not only as I dug this, but taking the time to preserve it and show it respect. So now it is, it's preserved. It's belongs to history now. And again, thanks for watching.